Okay, hello, welcome. So, I finally updated to Service Pack 5, if you didn't know, on macOS Monterey, and this is the first time that I'm able to test how well Trainz works with it. So, I've just finished doing a root showcase for Central Europe Mini, which it turned out it was very laggy with OBS running as well. Without it running, it was fairly smooth. With it running, it was really quite laggy. So, which is very unfortunate because it's such a beautiful route. Anyway, now I'm going to test to see how well it works with Milton Valley Railroad. So, I'm going to try switching into full screen mode on Trainz as well. So let's see if that works. I need to remember how the settings need to be for this to work. Does that fit? I think that fits, yeah. So, I've still got my settings pretty much almost all the way down, as you can see. Let's put it a little bit higher to roughly what it was. Shadows are still off. Let's see. Let's see how well this works, or if it works. Not really much to commentate on at the moment. Mano? What do you mean, Mano? I have tried loading it and it does load. It's apparently just taking a while. Yeah, we finished the little preview. So now I'm just seeing how well the MVR works in Service Pack 5 with Monterey. I hope that this works at least somewhat well. I'll do a proper check when stuff has finished loading in. Again, shadows are off at the moment, so still got to go, so there'll be another stream sometime soon, or at least it's planned. It is planned if I can get it to work a bit better. Okay, well, this doesn't look too bad. In fact, this looks like it performs just about as well as it did before, which is nice. Well, that's at least something. Doesn't appear to lag that much. Yeah, that's actually, I can't notice any difference to what it was like before. But then again, this route isn't as densely packed with assets as Central Europe Mini. I want to quickly pop down to Northusia. Oh, by the way, if my scrolling is a little off or my camera movements are off, it's because I had to get a new mouse driver, which only partially works because of the macOS update. Actually, this place is Why is this place so smooth now? This place always lags for me. Why is it so smooth now? That's What? So well, apparently. Okay. Well, that's good. Yeah. So, shame? 0 lag here too. Shame. Yeah. So, let me just increase the render distance a little bit. Let's see what that would look like. If I increase it like 3 kilometers. A mighty number, I'm sure you'll agree. Okay, yeah, well, this looks fairly good. Still works quite well. I can detect a little bit of lag when I'm moving, but that's fine. Right, so last we left off, we built this area, and I was just thinking about how I would like to continue this. So, I really like the grass over on this bit and over on this bit. Actually, I need to move some of these objects first, and then I'll get to that. Also, some of the UI has been improved in Service Pack 5, which, if you play Trainz, you probably already know this, but with me, I'm new to Service Pack 5. Also, the undo redo thing has been rebound. So if I go into splines, for example, look at how crisp that is. Even though it's probably through compression not that crisp on stream, but look at how crisp that is. It's incredibly crisp. That's why it's lagging so much. No. Okay, so I want this bit to be grassy, like that. And I'll add the longer grass and with some grass plants and things like that as well. Do I want to have another bit of logging over here? I think this area should have the stumps and things over it as well. So let's do that. Let's do that indeed. Oops, one moment. Okay, how far do I want to take this over? Maybe, I don't know, maybe to there-ish? I do also have some exciting projects planned for Trainz, which I'm not entirely sure if I have the time for at the moment, but I hope that I'll be able to find some time to work on them in between, which, if I do, then that is something for you to look forward to. If I don't, then you'll just have to look forward to it a little bit longer. You know what I always say, better loggin' than laggin'. Do you? I think that's the first time I've heard you say that. Wait, is this also smoothed? Ooh, look how sharp that is. And it... Wait, does that have a... Why does that have... Look, it has a strange sort of shadow, but it looks... That's weird. Look at that shadow effect. Interesting. It was a quoting of undisclosed... I was quoting undisclosed party. Oh, that's odd. Oh, that's odd. What's going on? Well... Things, probably. Things like archaeological digs. There are probably some archaeological digs somewhere that are currently going on. Do you like the looks of this here? The answer is yes. I do. I don't know if I'll want any over on this side as well, because I do quite like the idea of having this be empty like that. But it'll look different when I put on the other texture, when I paint the other texture on. By the gravel pit? They should be careful with those bulldozers. Yeah. 1960s archaeology wasn't the most careful. But, well, because a lot of the technology that was used nowadays wasn't available then. Or was military tech back then. This seems to be going quite well so far. I'm so glad that this is not lagging that much, because that would have been a tragedy, because that would have meant that I would have to stop streaming Trainz building altogether, or Trainz altogether, which I mean, I'm this far into the project, I don't want to have to stop doing that, which I'm so glad that it's not lagging. Ah, there we go. What happened? What do you mean, what happened? Hold on, I'll reload. Stream views cutting out of my end. I'm sure it's a Twitch thing. Oh, right, I see. That makes sense. Not that much happened. I was just saying about how I'm glad that this isn't lagging that much. Or really more than it was before. Okay, so actually I should move this off as well, and then I'll get to painting underneath. Painting what? Painting underneath. Underneath what? The objects, I guess? So I should see what the performance is like if I turn shadows to low on this. Painting ceilings. Ceilings and only ceilings. Ha 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 ha. Yes. We don't paint ground textures because they're beneath us. Yeah, yeah. I did get the reference. It's Animaniacs, by the way, if you didn't know. Mm-hmm. Yes. So that'll then be 3 streams that I've yet to upload, because at the time of recording this, I've not uploaded the last Human Fall Flat stream either, because I've not had the time to. Almost done with this, and then I'll do the painting. Well, if people really want to see it, they can always hop onto Twitch and watch it. Watch it? Somerset there. What do you mean? If you want to see it, you can always hop onto Twitch and watch it. Somerset there. I don't know what you mean with that. It's a reference to something, but... Oh, is that a town in Somerset? Ah, that makes sense. Okay, now I just need to move this over a little bit so that it's less rectangular. Bit like that, maybe. Now I need to make sure to grab the correct base texture, which would be this one. I'm going to use a small brush to paint alongside the tracks first, and then I'm going to use a bigger brush to fill it in later. Suppose I could have really used a bigger brush from the beginning on this bit, but that's fine. This log stumps the area would be a great place to play hide and seek with a grizzly. I think that would be quite gruesome. And that's what you call subverting expectations. Gruesome, I said, instead of grizzly. Okay, now I'll use a bit of a bigger brush. Actually, not that big for this little bit. Like that, and then I'll go to a bigger brush, fill in this large area first, and then I'll fill in the smaller area to the right. Cut it out. Ah, yeah, that too. It does feel good to be back building on the MVR after the hiatus that we've had because of my updates. Well, that doesn't look like how I wanted it to look, and of course the undo doesn't work because I'm so used to pressing Control Z on Trainz to undo, so having them switch it to Command, which is the default for Mac, is a little strange still. And yes, I do say Z because it's closer to the original Zeta, which is the Greek character that Z is based on. Although you can say Z, but that's less true to the original, as if that mattered. I'll fill in this little green space there as well, just because it kind of looked as though it had been missed. Seems like 11 days have passed since then, since the last time. Yeah, or some might even say 28 days, but they might be wrong. $78? No, I said 28. You've got to speak up, young man. Haha. Sorry, Kango's not here at the moment. With me, I mean. Okay, now I need to quickly go over some bits that I might have accidentally painted over with the other texture, like here a little bit, over there a tiny little bit more as well. The rest up here I think is fine, maybe except there. Okay. So do I like that? Coming along here. Then you've got this open space. I like it from this angle. Then you come in here, through this bit of forest, and you come out with the grass on either side. If you're coming from the other side, it's a vast open space like that. I'm not too keen on having it visible there. Not too keen on this bit, because it kind of distracts from the vista. So I think what I'll do is remove it sort of maybe up to there, so that it's behind the crest of the hill, like that. I think that's a better idea. Then I'll have to repaint, of course, which will mean that that the texture mix will need to be updated as well a little bit here. We can leave a little bit of brown on the edges, just to have it be a clue that once this was different. Paleontological clue. Haha. Okay, then just a few taps of this sprinkled in. Yes, a tap sprinkled in, definitely. That's too much. Maybe like that. I'll need this little bit of... hold on. There we are. I think that's much nicer, because now that you're coming over here, and as you're coming back along this way, your focus stays, your eyes stay focused along the valley there, and this is just a little grassy bit on the side. It doesn't distract too much. And as you come through here, see, oh, this is a new environment. We've got this cut area on the side. We've got more over there. I mean, we've still got the grass on this bit, which I'm not sure that I like keeping it all the way there. I might have it go down to the river. Let's see. How far can we look? We can't look past this hill. So if I had it... Because the thing is, coming around like that, I don't know, it looks a little strange having the tracks be the divider like this. I think it works okay with the road back here, but with the tracks I don't think so. Although, if I had it going down to the river, then that means this view would be different as well. Maybe not down to the river, per se. Maybe just a little blob along here. Beware of the blob, it creeps and leaps and gets pasted all over the route. Okay, so let's take this and let's paste it, I don't know. Let's paste it over here, where it's out of the way. And then let's just take these stumps kind of along here. And then maybe up to there. Something like that. Although I suppose it might look a bit better if I did have it go down like this. Let's fill this in. And then let's see what it looks like from the other, from both angles. Or sections. Okay, so from over here, if that bit was... Actually, that still looks quite pretty. You've got the grass coming down, then you've got this. I think that looks much better. I much prefer that. Huh, was that referring to the Saxons? Yep, good. Okay. Good progress. I will have to delete the stuff on the tracks again because, well, I've just repasted it onto the tracks. Okay, and then I'll actually, let's do this bit first. And then I will think about what I want to go through there in terms of roads and dirt tracks and things like that. But I'll do that after I've done the painting, because that way it's easier. Yeah, I think this fits much better without having having another town back here, like I'd originally planned. Oh, yeah? What does this have to do with Tasha? Oh, wait, wrong script. Ha 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 ha. Ah ha ha ha. Yes. Yeah, yeah. I know it might feel like we've just done this, but that's just because we have. Or that I have. I doubt that that's a real town in the UK. That looks odd. The mouse pointer just then flickering. We harbour meat? UK. We harbour meat. Interesting. I think I might need to move some of the stumps a little bit further away from the tracks. We have their meat. I still don't get it. Nothing literally, just a wooden lookout tower object. Is there a wooden lookout tower object? Oh, it's not related. Yes, there is. Okay, so almost. Yeah, so now as you're coming along here, this does look much nicer now. Have to fly through it. In the woods? No. Or maybe place that on the other side of the river. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. So, okay, you're coming up from the lake. Coming up this way. Up through here. Get this beautiful vista. Carrying along here. Through the forest. And what's on the other side? Cut down forest. Right, so then looking over that way, looking over up this way. Let's just carry on like that. And then let's see what it looks like going the other way when we're actually going the other way. Okay, going along here, yes. And going through this very tight forested bit. And then out here, which is where we'll have the little yard for the timber loading. Now going the other way, you can already see the areas back there with the ground textures. Okay, this view still looks very, very nice. Going along here, crossing over, then we get through this bit. Then across this, which does now feel quite empty, but when I've put in more, well actually the ground textures and more ground textures and grass plines, it's going to look better. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that. So now let's do the roads next, and then I'll put in the other texture. So, where do I want these roads to go? Is this too steep for... I don't know. Maybe I can have a road coming off like that. Although that does... well, maybe that's not too steep. I'm gonna have this kind of coming down that way and crossing over. Maybe going down here somewhere. I was wondering, why doesn't undo work? Oh right, it's command now. And I'll just have this kind of go down to there. Does that work? Does it? I don't know, does it? I think it does. We could maybe have some smaller roads branching off from this, off of this. It used to be control plus space. Is it command space now? What do you mean? What used to be control space? You mean jumping around? What do you mean? No, it's just Mr. Above. Ah, and how do you hide the HUD? Oh yeah, that Oh, that doesn't work like that anymore. Maybe I need to reassign it. Control. Not driver. Where's that? Driver analog controls. And this is camera controls. Where's the surveyor stuff? Minimap controls. Generic vehicle controls. Jock? I have no idea. Russian diesel controls. Or did I just miss it? Was it at the top? Oh! Ah, of course. I can switch it up here. Capture screenshot. Contextual copy, contextual cut. Randomize terrain. Interesting. Toggle GUI. Toggle GUI. Control plus space. Nope. Can I remove that now? No, not backspace. Can I? I didn't mean to. How can I go to none? Is there a way I can? None? Nope. I don't know if I can. I'll just leave it like that for then. Now. Stick root. Topology mode. Wait, topology mode? F1? Oh, that's on the side there, of course, yes. Select in asset palette. Maybe it's in camera. Camera mode car. What does that mean? Let's try Alt-Y for that one. Let's try that out. Camera mode drone primary. Tilt camera. No, that's not. I don't know how to toggle this off. Like how to change it so that yeah, maybe it is the toggle UI GUI. Well, let's just leave it as backspace for now. Do backspace. Nope. What if I do Alt-Y? Camera change rejected? What? Oh, maybe that's a Trainz Plus thing or tier or something like that. So we've got the setting in here, but not the... That could be it. Maybe, I don't know. I do not know. I don't know how to set that, unfortunately. It doesn't appear to work at the moment. It's probably a thing to ask in Discord. There should be an easier icon, eraser icon next to every keybind you click. Yeah. You can reset all of it. I think it resets all of it. There is a reset thing at the top, but I'm not sure if you can then maybe click on which ones to reset, but I think it will probably just reset all of them if I know how Trainz tends to be written. Yeah, probably. I remember being able to put the camera onto an AI vehicle. How did that work? Did you have to go into fly mode and then click on one, maybe? It's going to be difficult to test considering that the AI cars don't really spawn anymore on most roads, because of that AI car spawning bug that's been in TRS 19 for a long time, and still hasn't been fixed as far as I know. Do cars spawn on that dirt road? No. As far as I know, they do not. I will paint over that because I'm going to raise the terrain underneath the road anyway, so that it's covering the sleepers and ballast. Maybe a little area of something down here. Down by this area. Down by this area. Down by this area. Do I like that down there? I don't know. I do not know. I think I'm just going to leave it like this for now. And maybe I'll add it later. That's the place to wasp. To wasp? Actually, that almost looks like how I wanted it to look. Like that. That looks quite right. Actually, yeah, that I'm happy with that. I am happy with that. Get it? What else connected with other plans? That's the place to wasp. No, please elaborate. I can't remember what exactly I said. B. Alright, I see. Yeah, of course. So, what do I want in terms of other roads? Maybe one that kind of comes off there. And this one can just kind of go over to here. And do I want another one over here? Maybe. If I've got one coming off like that. Maybe just goes up onto there like that. I think that is nice. Bee wasp. Oh, I thought you meant that's because. But bee wasp also works. Wasp caused something to happen. Wasp was it? We have no idea. But probably yes. I have no idea. Yeah, quite a few people don't have that DLC. Sorry, the Iberia DLC. I know you're gonna write Iwaspia DLC. See? Told you. You might have then. You might have though. Actually, it'll look better if it's like that. Maybe. Now, do I want any form of texture underneath here? Well, any form of dirt texture, that is. I do want a texture underneath it. I can't have no texture to begin with because, well, there has to be a texture there, even if it's just the normal, the base grid. Which, that reminds me, I need to download that grid region that Eagle mentioned on Sunday. Okay. Okay. Like 4 seconds, give or take 4. Yeah, same as me. Nope, not this time. Okay, and when I put, I do want to also put like little sheds or place or things like that around as well. But let's do the other texture work first, and then the grass plines. Almost happy with that. This area needs a little bit more of a darker texture in it. So does this area, where it kind of goes in towards the intersection. But yes, it's strange to think of these as intersections, but that's what they are. Because the roads intersect each other. Big old tufts of ground moisture. Sure, if you say so. Soilage? Okay. Well, almost okay. I want a little bit more of it along here as well. Just like that. Now it's pretty much okay. Like that. Now it's okay. Now, or however you want to say now, I'll grab this grass texture. And by texture I mean spline, of course. And start working with that a bit. That should make it look loads better. Well, I must go. Well, thank you for stopping by. Have fun. Sleeping. Probably. Good night. Yeah, it's not just Slovak. It's a team of developers. Slovak is one of the developers. And it looks so great. I'm sure if you ask him on Discord, he'd be more than happy to share some more screenshots of it. If you're interested. Oh, it started to rain. Yeah, that's nice. I hope that it's going to stay dry a little bit longer here, where I live, because there's a little woodland near here, and if it's rained, then that entire place basically turns into a slip and slide, because it's very muddy and the mud is very silty and it's on a hill, so not great if it's rained within the last however many days. Leave the window open maybe for the sound. Yep, I know exactly what you mean. Who? Me or VGR/Eliza? I meant you, Captain. Ha 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 ha. Good. That's always reassuring. Well, most of the time. Well, yes, most of the time. If it's rainy, that slanted woodland basically turns into a mudslide from Romancing the Stone. Hahaha, that mudslide, I know. Wasn't that right after they found the airplane? Or was it before? But yeah, I remember exactly what you mean. Or the one that, what was it, Dieter? In Jurassic Park 2, the Lost World, that Dieter falls down before he gets killed by those compies. Compsognathus, if you want to get Latin about it. Isn't that when the bus crashed? Oh yeah, there might have been multiple, but yeah, you're right, it was probably when the bus crashed. Fairly in Star Traders, I think I know what you mean. I think I was thinking of a different bit. Jurassic Park what? 2? Yes, The Lost World. Ah, I've heard the book wasn't much grimmer than the movie. Yes, I've heard similar things, even though the movie does get quite grim in some places. But hey, it's a movie about dinosaur monsters and people in said dinosaur monster infested island, or inhabited island, I should say. And the movie adaptation also omitted all the Carnotaurus bits. Yes. Or maybe they just improved the Carnotaurus' camouflage ability in the movie. I mean, to be fair, they did kind of give it to the Indominus Rex in Jurassic World, so yes. It's like Trainz has its own mouse pointer image, and when it's saving, it just flips back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I think I've read that in one of the comments on a video as well. He says, totally sincerely. Yes, I am being sincere. Yes, it's exactly what I've said, totally sincerely. $54,000 clicks later. Okay, it looks like we've gotten 1/100th of the 10th that we wanted to get done. That the characters was in the movie, just didn't see it. Oh, that! Oh, I thought you meant the bit about the Indominus. Oh, I had no idea. Okay, I need to put a little bit more grass over here on this side. I'm trying not to have the grass splines as dense as I might have them in other areas of the route. Just because of performance reasons, really. But it also looks a bit nicer if there are some gaps in the splines and it's not just one amorphous... Is amorphous the right word? One continuous, unbroken carpet. Dun dun dun! Dun dun! I could go higher, but I won't. Okay. And I will put some of these grass plants along this side of the road. And then... well, we'll see. We will see. Along here as well, maybe just a little bit, just to cover up that edge of where the forest starts. Just a little bit like that, maybe. Well, now that looks a little odd. I'm going to have to quickly put a little bit more along here. A little bit along here. Okay, quite happy with that. This goes along this bit. Do I already have grass pines in the forest? I think I do. Yes, good. Could we have a walk through this bit? What do you mean? A walk through the bit? Like a ground level walk? Sure. Let's have a ground level walk. I'll save first. Can't really hide the UI because it doesn't work anymore. So here we go. Bluebirds over the green cliffs of this map, I guess. It is zoomed out. This would be zoomed in. That is zoomed out. If you look down, that is quite a fast walk if you're looking down like that. Quite a steady walk. Quite impressive, aren't they? Oh, that's command as well. It looks like they've probably just remapped or rebound command, what was control to command. Not done it individually, but everything that was control is now command. Now you might think, have we brought our climbing gear? And if you did think that, then, well, we don't need it. Also, this, by the way, I don't think... Yeah, this is... we're already over 220 meters up on this level. Then you can see just how tall this is. Hold command? Yes. So the overlay text when hovering over a train car says... No, I don't know. I think that does still... Although, I don't know. Maybe they didn't update that yet. I think it still says control. See, we can just go up like this. Yes. How they're gonna get the haze trucks up and down this, I don't know. Well, down this wouldn't be much of a problem, but up would be a problem. Yes. So, let's have a look at how high we are currently. This here is 451 meters. 451 meters up from sea level, basically, or from zero level, which is where the mainline flat bit is at, basically. This is significantly more annoying to run with it being command at the moment, because it's much further away from the arrows. If they get them down, they'd pretty much end up like that rusty old tanker truck that's last been seen in the Nevada desert. Ha! Yes. Yes, yes. Yeah, it was a good idea to have a walk through this bit. This is really quite awkward from a finger's point of view. So it's so easy to forget just how big these worlds are that we make in Trainz. We think like, oh, it's just a couple miles that way, a couple miles that way, and then with a train it's not that far. But like this? And that's running, and just look at how fast we're going. And here the actual main scenery bit starts. Ah, that looks nice. Did that work? I don't know if that screenshot worked. Imagine walking the entire length of the East Coast mainline trains. No. No, that would not be fun. Oh, yes! No, I'm not gonna do that! I just drove it with the Flying Scotsman, and that took ages. That took like, what was it, like 8 and a bit hours or something like that? I forget. If I walked it, that would take so much longer. That would take days. This would also look much better with grass and shadows. You drove it with Flying Scotsman? Ha! New challenge. Now try walking it back to Scotland. Well, if we did that, we'd have to walk along the London to Peterborough bit first, which isn't that exciting. And then from Peterborough to York, which is even less exciting. Then from York to Newcastle, which is a little bit more exciting. And then from Newcastle to Edinburgh, which is the most exciting bit. I mean, the most exciting bit would probably be along that coast with the cliffs, where it's going along the part way up the cliffs. But if we started from London, then that would be days and days away. And by days, I mean real time watching the stream days. Like, the actual gameplay would take that long. And at that point, you can't really even call it a game anymore. So, you can see, this is what it looks like. No grizzly bears anywhere. Although I think I saw some grizzly berries earlier. I will admit that soon. I'm not being very serious right now. I will admit that soon. Now I'll admit it. I'm not being serious right now. Oh, you're not being serious in saying that. So you are being serious in your previous statements. Okay, let's have a look. Is there a train coming? Nope. Is there a train coming? Nope. Nope, no train coming. Although, what is that sun doing? Look at that sun in the corner. Why is the sun doing that? Look at that. Why? That looks odd. What's happening with the sun? Why does that look that odd? Look. I think N3V broke Trainz in Service Pack 5. Look at that. Yeah, thanks for clipping it. I'll have to send it to N3V. Okay, we can go anyway. And if we want to, we can just cut across this bit. And then jump over, and jump over. Okay, that's pretty much it. So why does it make those sounds, that dunk in the background that you can probably hear? It never used to make that. It's a Monterey thing, I think. But why does it do that? What does that sound mean? That's what worries me. Okay, well, that's all I've got time for today. For the moment, a few trees of safety. Sure, let's place a few trees of safety. Okay, so now... Does that button work? Not work? That's admittedly worrying. Has Trainz crashed? The tree's no longer rotating. I think Trainz just crashed on quit. Maybe I shouldn't use that button with this version of Trainz. I'll tell you later. Twitch really doesn't seem to like me doing it right now. That's fine. So I guess I'll have to force quit it then. Unfortunate. That should be fine. So thank you all very much for watching. The stream will be archived as usual, and it does look like it has saved the screenshots, so that's good. So, yeah, that was just the new OS. What happened? I had to force quit it because it crashed on closing using the button. Maybe if I go through the menus, it is more stable. I don't know. Anyway, good night. Bye-bye. To reiterate, thank you very much for the 2 live streams today. Yeah, it was nice. I only wish that I could have showed off Century Mini as it deserves to be showed off. Anyway, bye-bye.